Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, and I will start by answering your questions and going through the comments as usual. I am awareness says, the way you explain it with the slow motion videos makes so much sense and give me more and more aha moments of what I need to think of when it comes to the dynamics of the bar path and what actions are needed at various sections of the bar path. This is by far the best tutorial of the Muscle-up on YouTube. Thanks a lot, Mike. Can't wait for my session at the gym today. Thank you so much, I am awareness, for your support and for your comments, and I'm so happy that my videos help you. Jacqueline says, hi my friend, I'm struggling with my technique on muscle-ups for years. I did everything to correct my kip and swing, but nothing works. If you can help me, I would appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you for your comment, Jacqueline, and I don't know if you saw my answer yet, but if you want, you can send me your video and I will include an answer to your struggles in my next video, and in that way you might get some benefit, and we benefit others as well. So, but this also goes out to everyone. If you want me to look at your muscle-up videos, and if it's okay with you that I include it in my videos, please send it to me. My emails is in the description below, and I think this will be like a great thing because you will get support on your technique, and you will also help others because we're most of the time struggling with the same things. So yeah, just send me your muscle-up videos and I will help you with your technique, if I can put it in my videos, in my next video. Psycho Mexican Oldie says, personally, I appreciate this video enormously, Mike. I know that this video will help me a lot to start cleaning my muscle up. I like the idea of training the muscle up in a pyramid way. Thank you so much for your comment and for your support. So, Devin Calisthenics says, thanks for the shout out, Mike. Great tips. I've been encouraging people in the kettlebell community to learn muscle ups from your channel. Cheers. Thank you so much, Devin, for your always on support and comments and everything. Thank you, Devin. Kevlar85 says, my issue is descending from the first rep with too much control tension. Please talk more about optimal descent for multiple reps. I will be happy to in this video. So that was it, guys. Let's jump into the next section of the video. So as I always say, if you want to increase your muscle up strength, have a more powerful pull, you have to do your weighted explosive pull-ups. These doesn't look explosive, but I'm trying to be as explosive as I can. I'm doing, I think, 5 reps for 3 to 4 sets. I think 3 sets here, and I'm just doing this once per week, and I've seen incredible results in my muscle ups. And I think I increased this time to, to 25 kilos. And just slowly increase over time. And I think that this is one of the most important parts of, getting your first muscle up, is working on your weighted explosive pull-ups. And as I said, once per week, and I'm doing my, regular muscle up training once per week as well. So pulling 2 times per week is perfect for me, and I'm using the same technique as the muscle ups, which means elbows facing forward, and just pulling as explosively as I can and as high as I can. So today's question was all about muscle up control and muscle up, a little bit of the muscle up technique, mainly the kip and swing. So that is mainly what I'm going to cover today, among other things. So today was a really hot day in Sweden, perfect for outdoor training, and as usual I'm warming up, always recommending this. Warm up with a lot of lighter reps, like I'm warming up with the green band, the purple band, the black band, and the red band, and after that I'm also doing 1 or 2 singles. I have seen that this makes my muscle up workouts so much better. So let's start by going through muscle up control. So to make your muscle ups look more or less the same, you have to start controlling the descent of the muscle up, the negative part of the muscle up. So you don't just, want to drop down and then go up into the next rep. Because as you come up, as you come up for the muscle up, it's as important on how you come down. So you want to master both of these movements. And how do you, what is the correct technique of coming down from the muscle up? So let's see, I'm pulling up to here. So that was the first part of the muscle up. The second part is the coming down part. And we often neglect that because, we just think coming up is the, most difficult part, which it is. But we don't want to forget the coming down part as well. Because if you don't control the descent, your muscle ups, you might fail your second muscle up, and your third muscle up might look really weird and, stuff like that. So from this position, I lower myself and I'm touching the bar on my waist. In that way, I can really control the descent much better. And I'm not just dropping down into the bottom position, and I don't want to overly control it either because we don't want to fatigue ourselves too much. Somewhere in between. And then I can really control where, how much swing I have, because I want to have the same amount of swing for every rep. So same thing here, touching the bar on the waist, controlling, coming up. And in that way, you will make every rep look more or less the same. That's the goal. You can see it from this angle as well, controlling it. And you can also visualize almost a point on how much swing you have. Like if you look down where your feet are, you can almost visualize, your feet coming to the same position each time. Touching the bar, controlling and coming up. And as I said, you don't want to overly control it to fatigue yourself, and then come up again. And it's not harder than that. It can take some time to get used to how much you need to control, but other than that, it's just touching the bar on your waist when you're coming down really helps. So please try that and tell me how it went for you in the comments. Alright guys, so the next question is all about the muscle up technique, mainly the kip and swing. So let's go to here. Alright, so I think the setup of the muscle up is really, really important, especially, the first rep. As you can see here, I'm standing on a box, and one leg is in front of the other, and as I step off into, going into the swing, I'm just stepping into the swing. I think this is a far more better way than you jumping to the bar, because it's very hard to control the first rep, especially as a beginner. So I would recommend this setup right here, stepping down from a box into the swing. And let's talk about the swing itself, because the swing and the timing is, two really important parts of the muscle up. So you step into the swing, and you want to have the same swing, the same amount of swing for every rep. So let's say you're choosing to have this amount of swing. You can either have a cue where you see where your feet are on the ground, and you want to be able to have that exact same position each and every repetition. So this is the top of the swing. When you start to swing back is where you initiate the pull. And this is all tied together with the muscle up control, because as you start and you're doing your first rep, now you want to control the muscle up as you come down, and you want the feet to be almost at the same place as the first rep. Because if you're not controlling the descent, this is very hard. And the muscle up timing also becomes hard if you don't control the descent. So everything, works together. Same here, as you start to swing back, you're pulling up, And you want your reps to look more or less the same. Same here, same amount of swing. Boom. So this all comes together, and as you can see here, same thing here, stepping into the swing. My swing is right about here. As I start to swing back, initiate the pull. As I'm coming down, touching the bar on the waist, controlling the descent, this same amount of swing. As I'm starting to swing back, initiate the pull. So this will take some time to, you know, really embody, so to speak. So you don't have to think about it too much. In the beginning, you really have to be conscious of it. So as you can see here as well, coming down, as I'm starting to swing back, initiate the pull. And the kip and the swing and the timing is very, very important to have a effortless muscle up. If you're pulling too early, like if you're pulling before your swing reaches the top, some people start to pull here, it's very easy to get stuck under the bar. As well as if you're pulling too late in the swing, like you're starting to pull up here, also very hard to control the muscle up. So you want to be pulling at the exact moment of coming back into the swing. So please hammer this down and just practice. And you will see that the muscle up technique really helps you getting your first muscle up and consecutive muscle ups. And then we have the kip portion of the muscle up. So there are a few ways to eliminate the kip, but let's talk about the kip a little bit, because you can choose to do the kip route of the muscle up, or to learn the muscle up without the kip. I had clients do both. One client wanted to learn the kip mainly because you will get the muscle up sooner. That's it. When you start to learn the kip, you can have the muscle ups much sooner than if you doing the straight leg muscle up, no kip muscle up. But it's very hard to unlearn the kip. That's why we found out with this man that he had very hard time unlearning the kip. So the amount of time it took him from learning the kip muscle up to then unlearning the kip, so it almost took the same amount of time learning the muscle up with the straight no kip. Like here I'm doing, like he was training with resistance bands, progressing band by band, and also always using the straight, like relaxed leg no kip muscle up. And it will take longer, but the end result will be that you don't have to unlearn the kip. Like you can see here, my banded muscle up are exactly like my bodyweight muscle up. So as I said, you don't have to unlearn the kip, so the two ways is kind of similar in time at the end. So please comment below what kind of route you like the most, the kipping route or the straight no kip muscle up route. And yeah, I think it's really individual what you like the most. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and if you'd like me to comment on your muscle up form, just send me a link to your video or the video itself. My email's in the description below, and I will include your video with some tips in my next video. So take care, guys, and I see you soon.